Hello everyone, Impiator here, and welcome back to my Let's Play for Factorio. This is part 5. So in the last episode we got military science underway. We also got an outpost created that is sending us coal. And hopefully that will solve our problems. No, it doesn't seem like it solved our problems. Okay. Run this up there then. Alright, we'll do that. That will increase our input and output. So what we need to do is deal with the fact that we have not explored kind of the perimeter of our pollution. And so we are probably looking to get attacked pretty soon at our outpost, because I didn't place any defenses over there. But that's something I meant to do in the end of the last episode, but we just ran out of time, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. And then we're also going to explore this little area. I'm also going to put some radars out in this area too. Let's see, do you have any? Yes, we do. We're going to go ahead and place some defenses over here. Most of the attacks seem like they're probably going to come from the east. Maybe the north. Kind of go with that. We'll put it in 50 apiece. And then we're going to go ahead and replace some of these with some radars. Get this area kind of discovery underway. And then we're going to head out east and explore. Oh, hey. Looks like they are coming. So whenever they do that, they are basically massing. It means that they are planning to head out and attack you. Usually happens whenever your pollution gets too close to them. So we were definitely on good timing to get that taken care of. And let's go south a little bit. Looks like there's another one over here. Hopefully in the next couple of episodes we'll have tanks. This will be a lot more efficient to deal with. Alright, so let's go a little bit south. Let's see if there's anything else. Another base right there. Okay. That one is far enough, I think. We can leave that alone for now. I also don't want to spend this entire episode, or at least a large chunk of it, going after biter bases, because I want to get blue science underway. And unfortunately that's going to require us get some oil, which is a very tedious process initially, especially when we're far away as we are from it. Which we have some down here. I was trying to decide kind of in the last episode, you know, how are we going to do our oil? Are we going to ship it in via train, or are we going to just drop a whole bunch of... oh, I'm out of ammo. let's fix that. Why is that not? There we go. I thought that would automatically equip. Alright, this one is kind of close. But we're not going to grow our cloud very much out here, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it for now. We'll let the defenses deal with whatever is out there. Okay. That might be a problem. Tell you what, that seems to be a pretty small base. Let's go deal with it now while we can. God, these cliffs suck. These things are huge. Getting trains in here is going to be a real pain in the butt. At least early on. We can get trains that actually go up into the air, basically. Oh, we got another one over here. This one's a pretty small one, though. Another one right there. I think we'll leave that one alone for now. This one over here, though, is awful close to our pollution cloud. Okay, what does the rest look like? We got one right there, one right there. I think we'll hit the north one first. Well, that one's kind of a precarious position. That wasn't too bad. I was expecting worse. Let's repair. Get up there? Die, rocks. Itty bitty bits. Itty bitty bits. Okay. And let's see, how many are of these are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Build 4 pump jacks. Alright, anything else that's super near us right now? That makes me a little nervous. Okay. And we've already spent 10 minutes too long looking at these enemies. Let's head back. We'll go ahead and get started on blue science, which is going to require, again, us to have oil. I think I'm just going to bring it in via undergrounds. That'll probably be less complicated. So we are going to need some of these. We're also going to need some pumps. Probably not that. Pumps are important because once you start doing long distances with your pipes, they will begin to lose volume. So that will improve that. And then let's go ahead and start powering this stuff. I'm going to start dumping, I'm going to start dumping stone furnaces into here. Let that give us some output. Put a cap on that. And then tell you what, we're going to go ahead and finish up the power setup over there. I guess 2 while we're at it. Let's do about half of those. We're going to need some pipes. We're done on research 2. Weapon shooting speed. That'll improve things a little bit. Just realized we have ghosts here for holes we don't need. Okay. So that should situate us for that. Let's make some more pump jacks. We need 12, it looks like. Let's see, 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 5 is 12. That'll be good. And then we're going to need a whole lot of pipe to ground. Let's grab some of that. Let's grab some normal pipes. Got the big electric poles. We got enough medium poles as well. All right. So I'd like to bring the oil alongside here. So we're going to tear down some of these trees. I will be so happy when we can get bots who will automatically do this stuff for us. Bots really change the game a lot. We'll probably attempt to get into bots maybe in the next episode. We'll see. We're going to try for blue science in this episode. I don't think we're going to have enough time to get into bots by the end of this episode. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, so we're going to need some more steel furnaces. So these two sets of ore are going to... Why did it do that? These two sets of ore are going to be used for... primarily for crafting red circuits. More blue. That's another thing you can do, by the way, once we get bots. You can basically control what is always available in your inventory, and you can configure logistics bots, which will bring you your preferences. I don't know if I'm going to get into logistics bots this time or not. We'll see. I might. We're going to tuck that right there, right there, right there. That's because I'm going to be building some stuff along the bottom here. Do need that one though. And then from here we are going to split this. Start getting that begun, and then we're gonna need some water. Thinking we'll do... We'll replace these once I get the water down. Offshore pump. So we're going to need water because we need to make sulfur. And that's going to require water, and it's going to require petroleum gas. then we're going to need to split this off. This will eventually run down here. And then I think we'll go ahead and pull water about down here. Okay, so we're gonna bring, I think, oil up from here east. I think that's the way we're gonna do this. So let's give us a little bit more room. I hope this clears the top of the water line. I should have measured. Yes, it does. This will also be where I run our electrical, because we're actually going to need to power both the pumps as well as the pump jacks. So we'll just simply run pipes here and then run long electrical poles down this route too. Alright, that is our limit. So we're going to need one of these. The cool thing is once we get some stuff going, and actually we're going to need more pump to grounds, or pipe to grounds, sorry. Let's go get more of those. So the cool thing is once we get this running, we're going to get access to a whole lot more research stuff. I wish you didn't have to actually pump this stuff just to get the research. Kind of irritating. It's one of the things I don't like about the transition to Space Age, the expansion, is that they lock some of the research behind arbitrary things like collecting oil. Let's see, did I also put some of this in my car? I think I did. Yes, I did. Alrighty. I suppose I could just use grenades to clear out this area. I always forget about that in the moment. And then we're going on or off? Splitting the difference halfway, probably. Okay. So we'll run this kind of along the here. Not exactly the most elegant solution, but I guess it works. Let's see if I run out of pipes before we reach the... Yes, we did. Awesomeness on a stick. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and pull some more that way. Okay. So now, I think we're going to face all of these to the left. We're just going to kind of make a bus for all this stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and route power poles. Is that seriously not on the thing? Okay, it is. I was like, perfect. Perfectly not working. Getting back up here, by the way, is gonna suck. Okay. The obvious question. Would it have been faster to do trains? I don't know. Hard to say. This is a very long distance to do trains. I'm not especially a fan of trains and fluid because it's a lot of work, I feel like. Okay, so we're gonna basically make kind of like a bus here. All of these come up to the bus. I'm gonna run out of these, aren't I? Maybe not. Let's see, are any of these gonna overlap? I don't think so. That one's not gonna work. Move that out of the way. There's our research. So what we're going to do first is we want to get the ingredients put together for blue science. And that's going to be sulfur, plastic, advanced circuits, and then we can do blue science. After that, I would like to get into robotics. So we're going to start along this path afterwards, then lubricant, then electric engines. And this will kind of work our way towards robotics, which we can get here and then finally here. And so we'll be able to get both of these research items. We'll also end up switching over to power armor instead of modular armor. And that's what we will build until we have the ability to make power armor Mark II. So this will actually require blue circuits, but we can make a small amount of blue circuits pretty easily without having to rewire our entire base. But once we want to go full tilt on the blue circuits, it's going to be a while before we can do that. All right, so let's... That's all of them, I think. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Yeah, they're all. pretty good amount of crude oil, too. That would be nice if we had some storage tanks. Let's go ahead and make some of those. Cool. Alright, so we got the first major ingredient put together for oil. So let's head back. Stupid close to the enemy. Probably gonna get attacked up there, but whatever. Okay, so what we're gonna start getting into now is stuff for blue science. And I'm gonna kind of work my way backward on this, so blue science is going to come out of these. We don't yet have the research for blue science yet, but we will here shortly. In order to make blue science, we need red circuits and we need sulfur. So what we're going to be doing next is extending these, move our cart out of the way, and we are going to need to build some machines that are going to deal with chemicals. So we're going to do some of those. Actually, let's go get some green circuits so that we can do this faster. We also need those. Okay. Let's make 10 of those. Let's make 5, 6... 7 of those. Let's see, what else are we going to need? We're going to need lots of long-handed inserters. Let's go grab some of those. You have a lot of wood. Let's go also set us up a permanent config. Small electric pools. I actually prefer small electric pools for a lot of the build because they're a little bit more predictable in my eyes. And they're a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start, as I said, kind of working our way a little bit backwards. Did I get the numbers wrong? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. No, I didn't. Okay. Right there, I'm like starting to panic. Alright, so we've just got blue science. Again, and sulfur advanced circuits, red circuits. And then we're also getting a feed of engines as well. So coming up here, what we're about to do, it's kind of the next part of the build. I'm going to split off we need basically a belt that joins. Oops. We need a belt that joins basically an equal amount of copper plates and iron plates. We're going to need a supply of coal. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Got 10. And then 3 of them are going to be producing only copper cables. The rest are going to be producing green circuits. We're going to need some more electric poles. And these are going to need inputs from my iron plates. I don't remember if this produces them fast enough. We're about to find out. No, we're not. That's right, because we didn't do the optimal. This is not the optimal ratio for this. But that's okay. That is fine. Alright, so we have mass green circuits coming in. And then we're gonna have another belt coming in over here. This belt is going to have one side filtered to plastic. And that's going to be going on this belt. Because plastic, green circuits, and lots and lots and lots of copper cables are required to produce red circuits. And then we're going to run an underground belt that way. Oh, we're running out of belts. Let's go pick up some belts. This is going to be going up here. This is going to be going here. And eventually we're going to have batteries on here that will be joining the steel right here. And then on this, we're going to have sulfur and we're going to have red circuits. So that is kind of our next piece of the build. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. going to be buffering. Because I'm going to need to pull some red circuits off of here later. Okay, that's going to be my red circuit build. Once we get that brought in with plastic. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to run this belt over here. And I'm going to drop one of these down. Oops. I can't do oil processing yet. That's okay. This is going to be sulfur, and then these are going to be batteries once I have the research for them. And then they are going to need water. And then we're going to have, we'll do 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. This is going to be sulfur. This will also be sulfur. These 3 things will be plastic. So we want the plastic on the on the outside belt. We want the sulfur on the inside of the belt. And then we're going to also need for plastic coal. Okay, so now we need to provide petroleum gas as well as water. Almost done with this build. How is our base looking? They got another one out that way. Wonderful. And they're starting to grow over here. See anyone expanding yet. This is the area I'm most worried about right now, but I think we'll be able to deal with them if they attack before I have to get out there. Okay, so now we have oil refineries. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the bottom 2 are eventually going to spit out a basically a split of 3 different types of materials. But for now, we're going to make all of them normal oil. And because the bottom 2 are going to be split like that, I need more room. So I'm going to be putting a couple gaps here for those. Otherwise, though, we're going to join those. I also need some more storage tanks. And we'll go ahead and replace these with undergrounds. Make this more elegant. Oh no, I'm out. Can I make it? Yes, yes I can. Okay. Alright, so that brings in our supply of that. We need more undergrounds, though. So eventually I'm going to be pouring in some water into these bottom two. For now, though, this will be fine. We're going to go ahead and pull down. Oops. We'll do it right there, I think. And we're also going to pull down some water. Oops. No, we don't want to do that. There we go. So we want to have some additional water right there. And then we're going to pop out some holes for these. Actually, we can make that a little better. At least make it possible for us to walk there. Yes. Okay. And now we're gonna need some power. All right. So now we have some stuff moving. We have plastic coming in. We have sulfur coming in. Watch the magic happen. These are going to make red circuits. The red circuits, the sulfur, and the engines are going to feed. Why are we missing iron gear wheels? Oh. That's important. Tell you what, we'll fill up. Run down the list. Make sure they all get a taste. Okay. So now we have science packs started. These are going to come out onto here on the outside lane. Ooh. I didn't plan for that. It's not very well. Glad I noticed that now before we started getting a mixture of them. Alright, so we'll go ahead and join this now. Increase our throughput. And that is basically what's going to kick off, I think, this episode. In the next episode, we're going to be getting into batteries. Batteries are going to be required in order to progress into robotics. So robotics will be the next thing that we're going to get there. Then we're going to do construction bots, as well as logistics bots. So kind of to break this down, advanced oil processing allows us to basically create more than one type of oil. So we can create crude, we can also create heavy oil and light oil. Heavy oil is used to produce lubricant, and lubricant is used to produce electric engines. Then we also need batteries in conjunction with the robotics. Robotics requires engines, electric engines I should say, batteries, green circuits, steel plates. And then those are going to be used to put together our robotics machines, in this case our construction robots. Those will feed a RoboPort, which we will put multiple of throughout the base, and that will begin automating things. And basically we're going to do some automation. We're also going to set it up so that we can expand our power. And then we're going to start needing to draw in a lot more resources from other areas to feed the next phase, which is basically going to be mass blue circuits. So with that out of the way, thank you everybody for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Later.